Namaste, everybody. Welcome to this yoga session. So, before we begin the practice, I just want to remind my students to listen to their bodies, listen to their breath, and if you feel pain while doing any pose, please come out of it. A little sensation is fine, but it shouldn't be very painful. So, let's begin the practice. Sit in a comfortable seated position, preferably into happy pose or sukhasana, cross-legged position. Make sure your spine is straight, your sit bones are grounded on the mat, and just enjoy today's session. We're going to have fun. Do not take it so seriously. And let's begin. Close your eyes. Keep your palms on the knees. Make sure your spine grows taller with every exhalation. Just breathe from the nostril. And exhale from the nostril. Just observe your breath here. How are we feeling today? Let's set an intention for today's practice. I want to set an intention of letting go. So, letting go of my worries, letting go of my tension, letting go of my stress, or anything that no longer serves me. Take a deep breath from the nostril and exhale from the mouth with a sigh. Practice 2 more times. Inhale from the nostril. Exhale from the mouth. One more time. Inhale from the nostril. Exhale from the mouth. Keep your eyes closed. Pay attention to your body. If you feel discomfort, pain, or stress, just try to mentally relax that part. Gentle smile on your face is very good when you're meditating. So make sure there is no tension on your face. Your body is relaxed. Very slowly open your eyes and let's come to a tabletop pose. A tabletop is where your knees and palms are on the mat. Your wrist and shoulder is in one straight line and your knees and hips are in one straight line. So we'll start with a couple of cat-cow. Cat-cow is very good for improving your lung capacity and also good for the lower back. So let's begin. Inhale and look up, sag your stomach. Exhale and chin to the chest. Curve your back. Inhale and look up. Exhale and curve your back. 2 more times. Inhale and look up. Exhale and curve your back. Chin to the chest. Inhale and look up. Exhale, chin to the chest. Now come back to the tabletop. Sit back on your hips in child's pose. You can keep distance between the knees or keep them together. So slowly walk your arms in front of you, palms on the mat. And you can rest your forehead on the floor. I've got 2 blocks with me. If you don't have a block, you can take books and stack them together. So I'm going to place my forehead on the block and stay here. Keep breathing. Make sure your forehead is rested on something. Very good pose for relaxing the whole body. Keep breathing. Now slowly let go of the block. Bring your arms to the left, keeping your forehead, and bring your forehead also to the left. Feel the stretch on the right side of your body. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and come back to the center, child's pose. And now bring your arms and forehead to the right. Feel the stretch on the left side of your body. You can go deeper and bring your arms closer to the right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and come back to center into child's pose. Now we're going to go into extended poppy pose. So bring your chest on the floor. Make sure your knees and hips are in one straight line. Bring your chest on the floor. Arms are on the mat. Either place your forehead on the floor or the chin, according to your comfort, flexibility, and practice. Listen to your bodies. It's a very good pose for the upper back. If you have been sitting for long, make sure you practice this pose for 2 minutes every day. Release. Come back to tabletop. And now we're going to move into downward facing dog. So raise your knees from the floor. Bring your spine straight and hold. You can bend your knees as much as possible. Tailbone is pointing towards the sky. Palms are gently grounded on the mat. Make sure your spine is straight. It doesn't matter if you can't reach your heels on the mat. All you have to do is just straighten your spine as much as possible. Arms on the mat and keep straightening your spine. And now we're going to move into high plank. So if you've never done a high plank, please observe me first and then we'll do it together, or we can practice together if you've been practicing regularly. So we're going to move forward. Wrists and shoulders are in one straight line. Your entire upper body, your back and your hips are in one straight line. We're not going to do this, and we're not going to lift our hips like we do in downward facing dog. So your body is parallel to the floor. Shift your chest, bring your chest a little forward and hold. Strengthen the core. Keep your core tight. And then move into downward facing dog. We're going to practice this 8 more times. Downward facing dog and high plank. Hold for 2 seconds and then move back into downward facing dog. Go for 2, hold, core tight, Align, check your alignment, and back to down dog. 3, and back to down dog. 4, and back to downward dog. 5, hold, back to down dog. I know your arms must be soaring right now, but 3 more to go. High plank and down dog. Back to high plank, 7, and down dog. We're going to hold the last high plank for a little longer. So come back into the last high plank, that is 8th repetition. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and relax in child's pose. You can take a block and rest your forehead onto the block. Keep breathing, relax, release. And now we're going to practice Surya Namaskar A. So just observe me first if you've never practiced this pose, this flow. So come into downward facing dog. And then walk, step, jump to the front end of your mat. Fold forward from the hips. Bring your forehead closer to the knees. You can bend your knees as much as you want. And then slowly lift up and come to the front end of your mat. So let's begin. Okay, I think I'm not visible here. So I'll go back. Come to the front end of your mat. Arms next to the body. Your feet are grounded on the mat. Slowly raise your arms. Gentle backward bend. Upper arms are closer to the ears. Fold forward from the hips. You can bend your knees as much as you want. Bring your forehead closer to the knee. And then lift up. Flat back. Look straight. You can either hold on to your shins, or if you can reach the floor, it's completely fine. And now step into a high plank or jump. I will step in the first round. Stay in the high plank and then either go into a low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, or come onto your knees. I will show you both. If you come onto your knees, chest and chin, like this, or you can go into Chaturanga Dandasana, where from high plank you come into a low plank, elbows stuck to the body, and then come into upward facing dog, where your thighs are off the floor, only your palms and toes are on the mat. You can either stay here or come into cobra pose, where your thighs are on the mat, and then move into downward facing dog. And then step to the front of the mat, flat back, place your palms on your shin, forward fold from the hips, raise your arms, gentle backward bend, back to the center. So we're going to practice 2 more rounds. Come to the front end of your mat. Join your palms. Gentle backward bend. Raise your upper arms. Fold forward from the hips. Bend your knees if you want. Then flat back. Your back is completely parallel to the floor. And then step into a high plank. Go down into chaturanga or on your knees. Upward facing dog or cobra. Shoulders away from the ears. And then move into downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale and 5. Step to the front end of your mat, flat back. Fold forward from the hips. Raise your arms, gentle backward bend and back to the center. So we're going to practice one more round. So let's get ready. Come to the front end of your mat. Join your palms. Raise your arms, gentle backward bend. Upper arms are close to the ears. Forward fold from the hips. You can bend your knees if you want to. And then flat back. Back is completely parallel to the floor. Step, jump or hop into high plank. Now from here you can either go all the way down in chaturanga or come onto your knees, chest. Upward facing dog or cobra. And then draw back into downward facing dog. Hold here for 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale and 5. Step to the front end of your mat. Come into flat back. Forward fold from the hips. Raise your arms, gentle backward bend. So while you're taking this break, I'm going to show you what is Chaturanga Dandasana, how to go from high plank to low plank if you're not very comfortable with it. If you are doing it for the first time and not able to go from a high plank to a low plank, it's completely fine. Don't worry about it. Just concentrate on your practice. So I'll show you how to practice Chaturanga. Come into downward facing dog. And then move into a high plank. Where your wrist and shoulder is in one straight line. And your core is tight. Shift your chest a little forward. And then from here, we're going to go into low plank. Elbows are closer to the body. Toes are on the mat. And then shift into upward facing dog where your toes and your palms are only touching the ground, nothing else. Thighs are off the mat. And then move, draw from the core, move to a downward facing dog. If this is tough for you, you can go from high plank into cobra where only your chest is lifted off the mat. Elbows are closer to the body. And then draw back to downward facing dog. So let's begin from here. Back into downward facing dog. And now step to the front end of your mat. Fold from the hips, Uttanasana or Hastapadasana. Bend your knees. Hold on to your opposite elbows and then go from side to side. Very good practice to improve your lung capacity, improve your immunity, works on your anxiety as well. So it's just relax, let go of your head and then rock from side to side. Slowly release your elbows. Place your palms on either sides of the feet. Take distance between the feet. Distance between the feet equal to the hips. Now place your right palm inside your left foot and then raise your left palm towards the sky. This will help you strengthen the legs. Feel the stretch on your thighs. Look straight or look down, whatever is comfortable within your practice. And release. Now place your left palm inside the right foot and raise your right palm towards the sky. You'll see your right leg straightening. Very good. Release. Back to the center. Slowly raise upper body and come to a standing pose. We're going to practice simple palm tree pose. Take distance between the feet, approximately equal to the hips. Then raise your arms and heels from the mat. Upper arms are closer to the ears. Focus at a point and balance. The key here is to not lose balance. Release with a backward rotation. One more time. Raise your arms and your heels. Focus at a point in front of you. If you lose balance, come back. And release with a backward rotation. If you have varicose veins or frozen shoulders, be careful to practice this pose, but otherwise it's completely fine. This pose helps to strengthen your calf muscles and improves your balance as well. So let's move on to our next pose. We're going to practice Utkatasana or chair pose. So again, distance between, not so much distance, just a little comfortable distance between the feet. And now sit back on your hips, like as if you're sitting on a chair. So look straight, just strengthens the thighs. If you want to tone your thighs, this is what you should do every day. It's like a squat position. Make sure your knees are not coming out of the toes. And sit back, sit back. Raise your arms if you're comfortable and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and release. It's a very good pose for strengthening your thighs. One more time, let's practice. We're going to hold for 10 counts. So get ready. Mentally prepare yourself for a little bit of pain. And let's start. Sit back on your hips as if you're sitting on a chair. Make sure knees are not coming out, outside the toes. They're in line with your ankles. And if you're comfortable, raise your arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and relax. You can stretch out. You can kick your feet, kick your legs, release tension, and come back on your mat. Let's get ready for the next standing pose, that is Warrior 1. So come to the front end of your mat. And now bring your left foot at the back. Your right foot, the toes are pointing to the short end of your mat. And the hind foot is parallel to the short end of your mat. So this is Warrior 2. You're going to bend the knee. And the knee and ankle will be in one straight line. Look straight. Bring your hips towards the short end of your mat. Raise your arms and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and come to the length of your mat. You're going to practice goddess pose again. So it's like a squat. This is very good for the hips and your thighs, to boost fertility as well. So bring your toes out at 45 degrees, knees out away from the body. Sit down. If you're not comfortable to reach here, you can stay wherever you are. It's completely fine. Once you're here, if you're comfortable, raise your arms and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Now we're going to practice warrior one on the other leg. So bring your left toes pointing to the short end of your mat, and right foot is parallel to the other short end of your mat. Look straight towards your toes and then raise your arms. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Again, use the length of your mat. You're going to fold forward. Bring your toes a little inside. Soft bend in the knees. And then place your palms on the mat. If you're not able to place, you can use blocks or books or pillows or whatever you have. Then let go of your head. Try to bring your forehead closer to the mat. If you can't reach, it's completely fine. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, slowly release and come back to the center. There's one more balancing pose for you that I have today. It's called the dancer pose. So apparently Lord Shiva used to practice this pose, and as we all know, he's the greatest yogi ever. So let's begin. Now hold your ankle of your left foot leg and bring it closer towards your hips. And now try to raise your knees away from the ground and bend forward. This is a balancing pose, so if you fall out, come back. Bring your upper body parallel to the floor. If you are comfortable, you can just stay here or go down. Straighten your right leg, right arm. Sorry, I'm falling out of balance. Hold and release. We'll practice on the other leg. Now you can either hold on to the ankle or the inside of your right foot, whichever is comfortable for you. And then try to lift up the knees. Bring your upper body parallel to the floor. And then raise your left arm. Key here is to balance. If you fall out, come back and release. Relax, shake out, shake, release the tension from your body. Okay. Now we're going to relax in child's pose for some time. You can take your own version of child's pose, either knees together or apart. You can use a block and just relax. And now keep sitting on your heels. Sit on your heels. Knees are together. This is called hero pose or vajrasana or virasana. This is a very good pose for digestion. This is the only pose you can practice after meals. So if you're feeling bloated and if you've had a heavy meal, you can practice this pose. Your elbows are tucked to the body, palms on the thighs or on your groins. Make sure spine is straight and you're not slouching. Close your eyes. Just stay here for a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds. Observe your breath. And now we're going to go into recline hero pose. So you can take a couple of pillows. I have a bolster with me. So if you don't have one, you can take a pillow and place it at the back. And now lie down on your back. If you have back issues, just stay in hero pose. No need to go down and recline. And now if you're comfortable, hold on to the opposite elbows and stay here. It's a very good pose for your back. Strengthens the entire spine. Hold for 5 breaths. Two more. And slowly release. With the help of your palms, come back into Vajrasana or hero pose. And then we're going to move into the next pose, that is yogic squat or malasana. But if you have knee problem, please do not practice this pose. And if you're not able to touch the heels, you can roll your mat this way and place your heels. So I'll show you how to practice malasana. Bring your feet on the ground, comfortable distance, not too much. And now sit down. Looks like a funny pose, but it's very effective for few things. Make sure spine is straight. Push your knees away from you with the help of your elbows. Join your palms. Feel the pressure on your hips and your inner thighs. This is very good for if you want to lose belly fat. It's very effective. Good for digestion. Improves your overall blood circulation as well. So we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your right palm in front of you. Raise your left arm towards the sky. And back to the center. Join your palms. Bring your left palm in front of you. And raise your right arm towards the sky. Very good. Release and back to the center. And now release your feet. Stretch your legs in front of you. Relax. Stretch your toes. Flex your toes. Stretch and flex. Rotate your ankles. Very good. If you're following with me so far, you've done wonderfully well. Now bring your right foot in the left, at the left inner thigh. Ground your sit bones on the mat. Right knee is on the mat. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. You can either hold on to your ankle, calf muscle, or the toes. whichever is comfortable for you. Make sure you're not pushing too much from your lumbar spine or the neck, and just stay here. If you sit on the chair for longer hours, this is excellent for the spine. Try to, with every exhalation, try to bring your forehead closer to the knees. 4 more breaths. Just enjoy the feeling. And slowly release. Back to the center. Stretch both your legs in front of you. And now bring the left foot at the right inner thigh. Ground both your sit bones on the mat. Left knee is on the mat. Inhale and raise your arms. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Hold on to your shins, calf, or the toes. And keep breathing. Breathe only from your nostril. Then listen to your breath. With every exhalation, try to go closer to the knee. Hold for 4 more breaths. 3, 2, 1, and release. And now come back to the center and lie down on your stomach. Relax in crocodile pose. Place your either interlock your fingers or place your palms on top of each other. Your elbows are on the mat, and place the forehead onto the palm. Relax. It's a very good pose. If you're feeling depressed, anxious, you can practice this just lying down on your bed. Maybe when you're feeling too low, this is a very good pose. Okay, let's move on to the next pose, cobra pose. Bring your palms next to the chest. Your elbow is onto the mat. Your toes are flat on the ground. Slowly raise your chest, baby cobra pose. Just lift a little bit. Don't put too much pressure on the palms. Just use your spine strength to lift up. Elbows are closer to the body and slowly release. One more time. Place your palms next to the chest. Slowly lift up your chest. Baby cobra pose. Shoulders are away from the ears. Look straight. Very good pose for the lower spine, lower back and the spine. Do not put pressure on the palms. When you lift up your palms, you should still be in the same pose. Release and relax. Get ready for the next pose, which is called the locust pose. Forehead on the floor, arms are next to the body, and feet are closer to each other. And now lift up your forehead, lift up your arms, and lift up your feet. Lift up your legs entirely. Thighs are off the mat. And look straight. Hold. 3, 2, 1, release. We're going to practice this one more time. Lift up your upper body, lower body, and your arms. Palms are facing each other. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Relax in crocodile pose. You can tilt your head and just relax. And now lie down on your back. You're going to practice a few core exercises and few spine poses as well. Make sure comfortable on the mat. Straighten your legs. Palms are on the mat. Now raise your left leg straight. Bring it at 90 degrees. Try to bring your toes closer to the face and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Make sure you're grounding your lower back on the mat. There's no gap here. 2 and 1. Release. Now we'll practice on the other leg. Raise your right leg straight. Your toes are pointing towards your face. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and relax. Next, we're going to practice bridge pose. So bring your feet closer to the hips. Arms are on the mat, palms facing down. And lift up your pelvis or the hips from the floor. Make sure you're not straining your neck. And just hold here. You can even interlock your fingers under your back. Keep lifting your hips, but do not stop if you have any pain. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Next, I have an advanced pose if you're a regular practitioner, or if you're a beginner, I have a different pose for you. So if you're a beginner, we're going to put our legs up on the wall, Viparita Karni. So let's practice. Bring your legs up the wall. Make sure a hip is touching the wall. Your hips should be touching the wall. And just relax. Just relax here for a few seconds or a few minutes, whatever is comfortable for you. So if you're a beginner, either stay here or we'll practice a little advanced version called shoulder stand. So lie down on your back first. So do not practice this if you have lower back or neck problem. And in one swift movement, bring your hips off the mat and toes pointing towards the sky. Hold on to your lower back. Make sure your back is straight. Your hips are supported. Support your lower back. Stay here. You can play around with your legs. Or just stay here. Slowly release. Come into half shoulder stand. Fold your legs at the knees. And then do not just drop your back on the mat. Slowly, using your core strength, release and come onto the mat and relax. Now after every shoulder stand, we have to practice fish pose, the counter pose for shoulder stand. So lie down on your back, place your palms under your hips, your elbows are on the mat. Slowly raise your feet, raise your head, and you should be able to look at your feet, and then come onto your elbows, and then drop your crown on the mat. Your chest is lifted, You're opening your heart. Breathe naturally. Very good pose for thyroid. And even shoulder stand is good pose for thyroid. Hold here for 5 more breaths. Slowly release and relax. Now sit up for a few breathing practices. So sit in a cross-legged position. We're going to practice Anulom Vilom or alternate breathing. So come into a cross-legged pose. Sit comfortably for, if you are not able to sit in cross-legged position, you can take a block or a pillow and place it under your hips. So close your eyes. So before you close your eyes, I'm going to show you how it looks. So just observe me. Close your eyes. Place your pinky finger or your ring finger. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and inhale from the right. Inhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale from the left. 1, 2, and 3. So inhale. If you're inhaling for 1 count, you have to hold for 2 and exhale for 1. So the ratio is 1:2:1. So you're inhaling. If you're inhaling for 4, you have to hold, close both the nostrils, hold your breath for double the count, and then exhale again a single count. So let's practice. We will practice for inhaling for 3 seconds, holding for 6 seconds, and exhaling for 3 seconds. I'm going to practice 4 rounds, and then you can practice for maybe maximum for 2 minutes, not more than that. So 2 or 3 minutes if you're a beginner. Otherwise, if you're well aware of this practice, you can practice as per your capacity. So close your eyes. Close your left nostril with the ring finger. Inhale from the right. 1, 2, 3, and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale from the left. 1, 2, 3. And now inhale from the left. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale from the right for 3, 2, and 1. Now inhale from the right. 1, 2, and 3. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And exhale from the left for 1, 2, and 3. Last round. Inhale from the left. 1, 2, 3. Hold 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale from the right. 1, 2, 3. It may be confusing if you're practicing for the first time, but you will get a hang of it eventually. So with that, we come to the last and the most relaxing part of the session, which is Shavasana. So please lie down on your back. So I'm not going to lie down. I'm just going to sit here and then give you instructions. So lie down comfortably on the mat. Make sure there's space, enough space between the feet. Your palms are away from the body. Palms are facing the sky or the ceiling. Your fingers are naturally curled. Just observe your breathing, how you're inhaling and exhaling from the nostril. The intention that we set at the beginning of the session, That is letting go of your stress. We are going to completely let go of our stress from the body. So completely surrender to the gravity. Let go of your tension, stress, worries from your body and mind. Just focus on your breath. Try to stay still for the next couple of minutes, maybe for the next 3 minutes or so. So keep your eyes closed, stay still. When you inhale relaxation and exhale the stress from your body and mind. Inhale calmness into the body and exhale worries from the body. Just inhale positivity in your body and mind and exhale the toxic negativity that is stuffed in your body. So let go, and let go. Completely surrender to the Mother Earth. Draw the energy from the universe inside you, relaxing you, re-energizing you, and preparing you for tomorrow. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Just enjoy the moment and relax each and every part of your body and mind. If you feel tension in any part of the body or mind, just try to mentally relax that part. Breathe into the space and let go of the stuff you don't need anymore in your life. You deserve this relaxation today after the intense yoga session. You need to completely relax. Just repeat in your mind that I am completely relaxed and I deserve this relaxation. Slowly start moving your fingers and toes. Turn to one side. Just stay there for as long as you want. Keep your eyes closed. Slowly sit up into half pose, half lotus. That is, bring your right foot the left upper thigh, or just sit in simple cross-legged position. We'll end the session with one Om chanting. Place your palms, your index finger and thumb is slightly touching each other onto your knees. Inhale. Feel the vibrations of Om in each and every part of your body and mind. Join your palms at the heart and bone your forehead towards your palm. Thank you. Namaste. I hope you all enjoyed the session. If you have any questions, you can always get in touch with me. Thank you.